Yo.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Joe Waters, aka Mr. Keep the Same Energy.
It's your boy Young One Jonah, aka Mr. Nappy Dread.
Sex symbol.
You know.
Can't leave that up.
AKA the
Can't leave that up.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
Tremonte 1/3 Wave Report. Flaxen man, what's good?
Hey, look, man. 2020 is coming up,
Yes, it is.
but it ain't 2020 right now.
No, it's not.
It's 2019.
That's correct.
So when we talk about 2019, it's
Uh-huh.
the end of a freaking decade, bro.
That's true.
Like a whole decade.
What surprised y'all the most about a decade?
What surprised me the most about this decade is that we went from having a black president to a not so smart one.
That did happen this decade. That's how you know my memory bad.
The balance
My
of the
memory's
world.
bad.
It's the balance, man.
What's the balance?
You know, we needed balance. You couldn't have a suave ass black dude running shit and then like not go back to some random ass.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
That's
fact.
true.
Insecure ass. You know, grab him by the pussy ass.
Keep going. Keep going.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I would say about this decade, it's been a lot of interesting things everywhere,
Right.
but nowhere so much so as it was in hip hop. In hip hop, we had some new legends be created. We had some legends fall off badly, and you know we had some people just become even more overrated. Kanye. Anyway,
I wholly agree.
so if we talk in hip hop, I gotta ask you, gentlemen, who had the best album of this decade, and what album was that?
Best album of this decade?
Of 2010s. Come on now, I know I hit y'all with a tough question, but let's get it. Who was some candidates? Who had a dope album in this decade for you?
Kanye is a candidate for
Any
Which album?
decade.
For which album?
Any decade.
Name the album.
My Beautiful
I
Dark
don't,
Twisted
I don't
Fantasy.
think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is a certified classic.
I
But if I
believe-
had to name one,
Okay.
that is definitely,
That's one of them albums I look at the track list and be like, oh shit.
yeah, that's
Like,
definitely,
whoa. Yeah.
that's definitely up there.
That's some shit. You can name like movies like years apart from the album's release that had still used songs in a soundtrack from
That's true.
the album
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Was that the album where Power was on?
All the lights.
Was Power on that album?
No.
Power was not on that.
Graduation.
Power was on Graduation?
Wait a second, Power was on that.
Oh,
Power was on that. All of the lights was on that bit. Monster was on that bit.
Hold on, that was on, maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, bro, this was a big album. Runaway was on that bit.
Yeah, I know Runaway.
Like this was a big ass album.
I can't say Monster, like that was a great song.
Like,
I thought it was pretty good.
it was
I thought
pretty-
RZA. No, that's not.
No, Soul Paul was
Yeah,
on that
Soul
album.
Paul was on
Like this is a big album. That was the
RZA should have never been on that song.
that was the
Ever.
debut of Saha with a monster ass verse. You know what I'm saying? That gave Nicki a monster ass verse on the Monster song. You know, it's for that time period. We gotta think
Subjective.
about the time period.
Subjective.
Yo. We gotta think about the time period.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? It marks the resurgence of Pusha T as a solo act.
That's true.
Like that, Kanye dropped an album that really fucked some shit up.
I'm trying to see.
What was some
Oh,
other,
it's easy.
what was some other albums that were
The best album of the decade is To Pimp a Butterfly.
so Kanye so Kendrick Lamar, his emergence in 2020
I would
or
never- I would
2010.
never-
And get correct. Say his album is the best of
I would never argue
2010s.
against that.
So you would say To Pimp a Butterfly. Now some people
lyrically,
might argue that
Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad City was a better
I don't
album.
think
They
people
can
will
argue
argue that. I don't think people will argue that. I think it's a great album, and a lot of people would consider it a classic. Some wouldn't. I do. But I think To Pimp a Butterfly was definitely better. So
Yeah.
with that, I can see it being in the running for album of the decade because it was heavy
Yeah.
content. Like if I would put To Pimp a Butterfly in the pot, pot, it would be because of content. Like the shit was heavy.
And there's a stigma with hip hop artists. Everybody thinks their first album is really good, and that's not always the case with hip hop artists. People think,
Well, I mean, Good Kid, Mad City didn't feel like his first album.
but people consider technically it is his first
Oh,
commercial
for the-
album.
for
His
the
first
sleep-
commercial.
for the sleep.
People, a lot of people think people's commercial first album is good. Like Drake's first commercial album, people thought it was really good. But I actually think Take Care is his best album.
But Take Care also came out in this decade,
Correct.
so
I don't know. I think.
I think Take Care.
What was the song that the album that had Pound Cake on that bitch? That's his best album. In my opinion.
Oh yeah, where he was looking at the sky, like,
No.
or he was looking at the kid.
Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the
Nothing was
same.
the
Nothing was the same. I think that was a really good album.
That was a
too.
good album. That's my favorite Drake album.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
I throw an album in there because I'm looking. My memory is bad. Pardon me. And I don't think this album is classic, but I think just because of the sheer star power, and the album was really good. I think you got to put Watch Your Throne there.
Yeah.
No, you got to put
Yeah.
Watch Your Throne there.
I was
Yeah.
waiting on it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a certified classic, but I think it's so good that
I think Watch the
I
Throne.
think
Might
it's a
have,
street classic.
I think Watch the Throne might have given one of the best feelings in
Oh, yeah.
hip hop.
Watch the Throne did what 808s did
As far as what I know what you're saying.
sonically.
Yeah, you're right.
It gave a new tone to the
You're
decade.
right.
Everything dark came after that album. Niggas will try to capture that feel again.
I ain't even gonna hold you.
No, don't do it.
I ain't even, go ahead.
do it,
Go
man.
ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't
No.
even
What was it?
And I ain't even really. Listen, man. And I think it's because of how he was rapping on there. I'm not the biggest fan of this album. See, this you gonna get the real from the Wave Report, but I put 444 up there.
I won't.
You won't? I'll put it up there. Just because of what he was talking about. You get a more mature Jake.
Yeah.
I like it, but I ain't like it how other people like it.
Nah. You have to.
I put it up there. Pinata by Madlib and Fred Gibbs and Madlib. I was getting too hype.
I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm a fan of moments. I like moments in hip hop. So if we talking lyrically, Kendrick is gonna be up on that list. But if we talking about the feeling you get in hip hop,
What's that?
I gotta put Travis Scott in my list.
Nah.
Travis
Scott.
He gave me
To my
Astro.
Astro World?
For the decade?
Nah.
I mean, I'm saying it was. No, I'm not. I haven't said my album of the decade. I'm saying it's an album that gave me a great
Okay.
feeling in hip hop.
Yeah.
I would
It was
say
a good
Travis
time.
Scott.
It was a good time.
Travis Scott gave me a good feeling in hip hop. What else? What's another album?
Shit, like
Well, no, you know
Life
what?
of Pablo gave me a motherfucking like that shit was fire.
Nah, screw all that. Let's get right to the bottom of it. What is your album of the decade?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Come on now.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
See, here I am
I
still.
have an album of the decade. I have an artist of the decade.
I'm gonna go with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. What's yours?
It was pretty much decided before we even started, but
That's cool.
Victory Lap.
You have to wiggle a little bit.
Victory Lap gonna be my favorite album.
Can't argue there.
Victory Lap gonna be my favorite album of the
Can't argue
decade.
there.
You're gonna have to wiggle a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Victory Lap gonna be my favorite album of the decade.
Decade.
You know, I'm standing here with the Victory Lap hat. You know what I mean? Repping Nipple on the shirt. Marathon continues, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Victory Lap. For me, it wasn't the best lyrical album, but it just gave me one of the best feelings of music this year. If I'm not picking that one, I'm honestly not picking Kendrick. Before I go with Ross, Ross gave me some.
Which album?
See, that's the problem, is because I really think Teflon Don is his best album.
Hell yeah.
It is.
So I really want to say Teflon Don, but I get the lyricists who are gonna tell me, no, Kendrick did this and J. Cole did that.
It's not
Screw all
about
that.
lyrics, though.
I'm when I open up your album from track 1 through the very last track, do I get that feeling? Do I need to skip a song?
It's not about lyrics though. Hip hop ain't all about lyrics.
It's about the feeling I get, and the feeling I got from.
My artist of the decade ain't even a lyricist. And y'all know I love lyricists.
Who your artist of the decade?
Future.
Dirty Sprite 2 was dope.
Future's my artist of the decade.
I'm not gonna
Dominated the 2010.
I'm not coming close to agreeing with you. My artist of the decade would have to be Kendrick.
Drake definitely dominated over.
If you're talking about just dominating, yes.
Yeah.
If you're just talking about, but I think Future had better quality projects than Drake.
No.
Drake don't put out a lot of projects.
Future, cause you think about that last. When he
They
did
started out the
he did
decade with a
He did the
project
two albums
together.
when Drake Future did the two albums. The last
Yeah.
trash, bro.
Hold on, what
It
album
wasn't
you talking
about it. What he did. One of them was Hendrix and
Trash?
Like, bro, That wasn't it, fam. That wasn't it, fam.
No.
And then don't
forget about the album where pretty much he was just.
Let's not be
it was
disrespectful.
The
Okay,
Sierra,
y'all going too far.
the Sierra broke up with me.
Let's not get disrespectful.
Let's not forget about the Sierra broke up.
He got a lot of wasted music.
Evo.
He got a lot. Evo. That's what the shit was called.
Yeah,
Evo.
I agree with.
Evo. That's what it was.
But
no,
I think his good outweighs the.
In the totality of his career, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think he's one of the better artists.
But you know who I think should be in the discussion for Artist of the Decade? Big Sean, my nigga.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
And I like Big Sean.
Big Sean was everywhere.
He came up in the 2010s and died in the 2010s.
Negative. Big Sean was everywhere.
He
He's
disrespectful.
still.
I don't think
Yeah,
he
that was
died.
extremely disrespectful.
I don't think he died.
I'll speak my truth.
Sean
died in the 2010s.
All the way.
Sean was right up there
All the
with
way.
the best of them, bro.
Yeah,
He don't put out a lot of music though.
was.
You look back on
I love
Sean,
Dark Sky Paradise though.
Sean had a lot of music out.
Nah, he was, but I think there was
Got a lot of singles.
he got played too. He
Yeah,
got played
I've seen
because this record called Control that he should have never let come out.
That's actually
Don't
speaking
even
of
know.
Control. That might be verse of the decade.
No, it's not. That verse is
Might be verse of the
that
decade.
verse is
That
gas.
verse ain't even as cold as
That
people
verse
think.
is gas.
I agree with you there.
It's
you know,
not the verse
we
of the
hip hop
decade.
heads. I agree with you
That
there.
verse wasn't even that
But I'm
good.
just for what it did though.
No.
At the time.
No,
Hey,
no.
hey, I'm sorry.
And this comes
What y'all got verse for the decade then?
I mean, I got a couple. So first,
it's a few.
I mean, because that was almost a diss. If we talking disses,
It was a diss.
I mean, Drake's verse to that pretty much ended Common's career on Stay Scheming was much better.
Common's career is not ended by anything that Drake does. I don't know what kind of.
I mean, I could play the Stay Scheming verse.
Common's a more respected artist.
That line, the line from Stay Scheming, probably
That was one of them. That was
that's
one of them.
top 3 of the decade.
That was one of them Jay-Z.
You wasn't with me shooting at the gym.
Yeah.
That was one of
Bitch.
them. That was one of them Jay-Z. You know, I give you half a bar type of joints.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That
that
shit.
was cold.
Whoa.
But you said verse of the decade.
I'm talking about like a verse on a song, not like a song.
Verse of the decade.
Because if I want to do a verse of the decade,
It might be 2 Chainz.
Story of Adi Don. Story of Adi Don. Yeah, if I want to just be completely real,
That's the verse that
that's
the verse that the artist of the decade couldn't overcome.
Y'all seen his recent interview? Y'all seen him?
He admitted it.
Story of Adi Don, man.
If I had to say verse of the decade,
But Kendrick verse, I like Kendrick verse on Control.
Kendrick verse.
2
was cool.
Chainz.
Which verse?
What's the song? Mercy verse.
I almost
That's
want
hard.
to.
That's hard.
I almost want to say Jay-Z verse on the Meek Mill joint.
Yes.
Free?
What's free?
Yeah.
That shit was cold.
Nah, his verse was cool.
That shit was cold. Like,
Yeah,
It ain't better than
shit was
I'm
cold.
gonna go with that one.
if I had a top 3. Story of Adi Don. Second verse.
Whoa, no, actually, I got mine.
My second verse. I told y'all this when the album came out. Nipsey's last verse on Blue Laces 2, one of the verses of the decade,
I got mine.
and Kendrick Control verse.
I'm gonna tell y'all, Nip,
Which verse?
young niggas. I think he wrote that.
Second
as,
verse?
I think he wrote the whole thing together as one verse.
It sounded like
That's
he
what it
did.
sounded like.
Yeah, it sounded like he did.
So I'm gonna say just young niggas.
hmm That's one of the more underrated songs on the album too.
That
Hard.
hard. 2 Chainz Mercy and that Jay-Z was free. That shit was cold.
So
yeah.
we doing the top 3. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it in order, but Jay-Z, what's free?
Uh huh.
I would say J. Cole's verse on when him and Kendrick switch beats on
Okay.
Black Friday.
Yeah, that shit was cold.
Okay.
And Andre 3000's his verse on 16.
Oh my God, I'm tripping. His sorry verse, bro.
That might honestly.
That verse on sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta take something out.
He took over the whole
I gotta
song.
take something out. What else
I'm
is?
sorry.
I forgot about that.
Mercy gotta go.
T.I.
2
song.
Chainz verse gotta go. I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw 3 Stacks sorry verse. Yeah.
I think the 16 verse was better. But see, that's the thing. We can have that convo with 3 Stacks.
3 Stacks.
warrants.
I mean, you could damn near you could put in this verse for I Do in there beat too in the conversation. Like anytime 3
Nah,
Stacks drops the
I think that
verse.
was 2009.
For real?
No, that was
Oh,
10.
wait.
That was 10. That was on
I don't have.
that was 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of stuff that's happening in the decade.
I just want to point out we've not mentioned Nas in any of this.
Nah, we haven't. I ain't gonna lie.
You know why?
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna go there.
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna go there. Name a legend that did not survive that did not fare well in this decade?
Well, if I want to name a legend and not fare well, it's for different reasons what people think. I think Eminem didn't fare well, but I think it's because people have revisionist history. Eminem in his prime, nobody on planet Earth could rap better than Eminem in his prime. Nobody. Not Nas, not nobody.
Shit. Even on his come down, if you call it,
Not
that,
nobody.
niggas ain't
Nobody.
touching
Not
it.
Jay-Z, nobody. I think as we've grown as a culture, people start to like go back and pay attention to like what the person was actually saying, and they start criticizing Eminem a little too much.
For sure.
Eminem has never really completely made sense with stuff that he said. That's not who he is. He just want to put words together like nobody else can. I don't think that's fair to criticize Eminem. Eminem hasn't really fallen off per se, like
Not
musically like that.
Not at all.
He's still rapping at a very high level, and he's still putting out projects. If you're an Eminem fan that you would like, I think he hasn't fared well because
If you like word
fans,
you can appreciate it.
But somebody who hasn't fared well musically though, you really want me to say on here?
Come on now.
Jay-Z.
You just said 4-4. You just said 444 was one
But
of
I
your.
also said
So you
I didn't like how other people liked it because of how he was rapping on there. I did say that.
in this decade.
Musically, yes, musically.
He was
Hold on,
rapping a
hold on,
little
hold
bit
on,
on
hold on,
Bang.
hold on. I'm sorry. So Blueprint 3 came out in this decade.
I don't think Blueprint 3 is that good.
Everybody's
I think it's a very okay album. That's my opinion. What other Jay-Z albums you have that he's put out this decade?
American Gangster.
American Gangster's 2007.
And Cole bodied that verse too on that Star Is Born. Cole killed that shit.
What other Jay-Z albums has he put out this decade? The album with Beyonce?
No, I'm not saying no.
I like that album.
Yeah, it's not a bad album, but I'm not
It's
saying.
not a bad album. It's not a bad
Lyrically, so hold on. So the parts that he had to rap on,
His
actually
verse on
wasn't bad.
Friends, man.
Yeah,
His
the
verse
parts
on
that he had to
Friends.
rap on, he was actually. It was
He hasn't fared well. And it's not like because he can't rap. I just think he's disinterested.
No, I think he's
Because
getting
of what he's
money. I think that's what it is.
I think he's
doing.
more
That's kind of being
calculated.
disinterested in rap.
I think it's more calculated than trying to
Yeah.
put out a dope body.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
He
answer.
can at any given time. He
I think
can.
he
But I just
can.
think he's doing other stuff. Man.
Yeah.
So I would say if I had to go 3 people who just didn't survive this decade or didn't look good in this decade, to me, Young Jeezy would be number 1. He would be the first entry on my list. I ain't saying he's number 1.
I disagree with that.
Jeezy slid like a motherfucker.
I disagree, man.
Wait, hold on. What year did RIP come out?
RP wasn't that big though. Like
I
No,
disagree.
the record is fire. I'm just saying.
it wasn't as
disagree.
big as that joint with Plies, bro.
I disagree
Like that,
about
whatever that
Jeezy
shit
falling
called.
off.
He slid, bro.
Bro,
He slid.
I disagree.
He slid. Did the 5 years before, from
If-
2005 to
If
2000.
you look at the consistency of his closest competition, which is Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well, Ross had a way. This Ross though.
Even Gucci.
Gucci
had
might
a hell
have
of a decade.
You know what? Hold on. Let's
Gucci had
flip
a
this
hell of a
conversation.
decade.
Who had the best come ups in this decade? I'm gonna say Gucci number 1.
2 Chainz was on that list.
I'm still gonna put Gucci above.
He rebranded
Best
it.
come up.
Who had the best come up of this decade? I'm gonna say Gucci 1, 2 Chainz 2,
Gucci up there.
and
Gucci is up there.
I'm gonna say Joe Budden.
Not musically, but
Well,
he has
yeah.
had. Yes, of course.
You can
Of
argue.
course.
You can argue Jadakiss.
Really?
I couldn't.
Yeah.
He had a hairline. He had a hairline.
Think
come up.
about this. Think about this. How many feature verses that nigga do this decade?
He did a lot. He did a lot. The best.
Talk about a resurgence.
Yeah. The best come up this decade as an artist.
I'm gonna say Pusha T.
That's
Push-
actually.
Push had a resurgence as
That's
well.
actually very good.
It's kind of Jadakiss-esque.
The best come up. That's a good question, man. There's a lot of artists who have emerged this decade, man, with some fire. Young Thug.
Chains and
Young
Gucci
Thug.
definitely have.
Young Thug. I think that him and Gucci 1A and 1B.
For the record, to answer the question on
Might be Migo.
They
Best
had a good
come
run.
up?
They had a good run.
hold on, they had the best come up.
They
I
had
think
good run.
they was already up.
Nah, they wasn't up when they before Versace hit, they already it was like 5 tapes
They
deep.
come up was better than they come up was better than Thugger.
They run was better than Thug. They run was better.
They run.
Thug is still running.
They running low.
They still running.
They neither
Not
one.
like Thug though.
They running like Thug.
They running past. They passed
They
Thug.
over Thug right now.
They passed Thug. Thug ain't selling out. He ain't selling out venues. Migos are.
Thug don't really do venues though.
You can't make that as an excuse. Thug ain't selling out
He really
venues.
like
The
You know, he's an
Migos gonna,
introvert. He's not really like.
I can't
Migos-
blame him. I can't blame him.
Migos gonna
I be
sell
the
out
same
the
way.
league.
Yeah, me too. I like the two. So
Migos had a good run too.
Migos had a hell of a run though. I can't deny their run. And then like separately and apart.
Yeah, that's Tekashi. Ain't lying. Musically though, he had a good run. Rat and all.
It was a great. It was a
I
great.
can't say he
start.
had the best come up because you got to think about somebody that was already around.
I can't approve of that. Come on.
I'm trying to think about people who were
We're
already
not talking
around.
about ethics and stuff like that.
Nah, I'm not talking about like people who got their name in this decade. I'm talking about people that were already around back in 2000.
alright.
If 2009 happened,
Okay.
you were active. Did you get bigger this decade?
That's
That's what
fair.
I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
That's fair.
Okay, if I say Gucci, 2 Chainz, might be Eminem.
You think Eminem is bigger this decade or had a come up?
Come up. He came back. He had a hell of a comeback.
Recovery was 2009, 2010.
I
Nah.
don't think it was
It was
2010. I think it was 2009.
It was not.
Then I can't agree. Wait, hold on. Bad Meets Evil 2 was this decade though.
That's true. That's somebody who had a Royce.
Nah.
Royce had a good run.
Royce had a very big come up this
The
decade.
only thing I can't say,
See, I can't
for
say it,
Royce
it's
is
just-
because he's been consistent. His whole
But also Slaughterhouse. He wasn't disappeared. He just went back to being a solo artist. Slaughterhouse was a name.
They tried to run. They tried to get on.
They just,
couldn't
if
do it.
I'm being honest, they just
It
signed.
never got
They
traction.
signed with the wrong label. Yeah.
They shouldn't have signed
Yeah.
to anybody, but that's another conversation.
I don't even think that situation was organic.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Respect. Nipsey. Nipsey was around back
Nipsey
then.
Nipsey was around. But you gotta think, Nipsey, well, yeah, if you want to say it, yeah. Because he really didn't put out his first album till 2018, first commercial album.
Yeah, I can't.
But that's just by the way he labeled it.
Yeah.
So all those were albums. He just labeled it as a mixtape.
Yeah.
pretty much.
You can say that. You could give it to Nipsey.
I can't throw him.
I do agree with both of y'all with the Gucci thing, though.
Yeah, Gucci.
I think Gucci
hella
clearly
good
has the
research.
best.
I do agree with
My
that.
man got. I thought Boosie was gonna have a similar one, but he couldn't keep up.
I don't think
Boosie's
his music
still here.
translated.
No,
His
His music translated to his audience.
It's
Not yet.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. His music translated to his audience. Do I think he grabbed
He
a
couldn't
new
produce.
audience? I definitely think that
He
Gucci
couldn't-
grabbed a new audience.
Yeah.
Black Beatles is one of those
I
examples.
think Boosie couldn't like
Mhm.
get over the hump of being outside of his demographic.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yo.
I mean, he appealed to me. That's
Alright. So he wasn't
Right.
he wasn't technically down, but can I say DJ Khaled? Because Snapchat.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Because Snapchat
You have to be able to.
before Snapchat, DJ Khaled.
trajectory was
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, I'm saying he was already here, but he was, still playing an extra
at the start
in
of the
Shadows.
at the start of the
last
decade,
decade.
he was bubbling.
Right.
I'm so
hood around
You
that
know what I
time.
mean?
But I think
So yeah, you gotta put him on that list.
what's the name of the song? All I Do Is When DJ Khaled was
Yeah.
here, and current DJ Khaled is here.
Yeah,
I think because I was
getting
thinking
ready to fall.
Who is the most consistent artist of the decade?
Royce 5'9".
No, I can't agree.
I can't.
Where's
say
the
He is
5'9"?
one of the, but I can't just say he's the most consistent.
it.
You know, I
I
think
can't
really
name
consistent.
another one over.
2 Chainz, Gucci.
Where'd you change that around?
He's still
He
here.
just dropped the album.
He's still
Just
here.
dropped a mixtape.
That's not disrespectful. He here.
But is he more? Is that being more? Did we mention 2 Chainz in the classic album? Did he have an album of
That's
the
a
year
separate
contender?
conversation. We're talking about classic albums. That's a separate conversation.
Right, that's
It ain't a lot of classic albums in 2010s.
I'm just gonna say Royce's mixtapes are better than. It's different aesthetics. You're listening for
You're a
different
biased Royce to 5'9".
I mean,
No,
Just
I'm
like I am
not.
to
The
give.
question was consistency.
The bar
Yeah.
exam.
The question
Serious?
was
Consistent. They're consistent.
We've had a bar exam series pretty much once every year, and if there
every
wasn't,
2-3 years, yeah.
but what I'm saying is in between that we had Slaughterhouse mixtapes.
And like I said,
I'm only
like I
making
said
an
earlier,
argument
like
for
I
one
said
person.
earlier,
Okay.
Royce's whole career has been consistent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And now he's adding beats to that. I want to see how consistent he can be with that. Royce is on that list, of course.
Consistent.
I think he just signed with Rock Nation too, as far as promotion.
As far as consistency,
Game,
I'm not gonna
The
Game,
game has been consistent.
game,
The game
game.
has been consistent.
And his new album,
Y'all gotta
Crack.
convince me. Y'all gotta convince me.
New album is
and
Crack.
niggas-
You don't like Game.
And niggas gotta
New
stop.
album is
Niggas gotta stop sleeping on the way Game put together bodies of work.
Crack.
They gotta stop sleeping
New
Convince
on
album,
me.
Crack.
Convince me.
Niggas gotta like listen to one, bro.
Convince
Like,
me.
Actually, in Game,
Sell
has,
me on the game right now.
the Game has a lot more classic albums than some popular niggas.
Sell me on the game.
Jesus Peace.
He don't like.
Could be.
It's not that.
Jesus
I need
Peace
you
is a
to
classic.
sell
The
me on the
documentary
game.
is a classic. I
That-
think Documentary in the Closet?
Documentary came out last decade.
Red album.
No,
was
I'm
cold.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Red
Came out
album
last
was
decade.
cold in the
The
month.
Doctor's Advocate is a classic.
Sell me on the game for this day. For
I'm
this
just trying to
Bro,
decade.
say-
Game probably
I'm
put
just
out
speaking
10
my
albums
truth.
this decade.
So I'm just speaking about truth. They ain't trying to say anything.
Game probably put out 10 albums this decade.
Game consistent.
He consistent in a motherfucker.
Game consistent. I think Drake is pretty consistent.
Drake is extremely.
I think Drake might be the most consistent if I'm
I
being
think he's pretty
honest.
consistent.
Because he has multiple lanes. You know, he can steal different people's flows everywhere.
Who's the most impactful artist of the decade?
Drake.
You might be right.
Jay-Z.
You also might be
You also
right.
might be right.
You also might be right.
I'm gonna go Jay-Z.
I'm gonna go Drake though.
I think Drake's impact is understated. I don't think he has a classic album.
I
Like
think-
a certified classic, but I think his influence over everybody else.
I think Drake got the most sons out here.
for sure.
I think Drake got the
At the
most
moment,
sons of this decade.
I think it's Wayne.
You absolutely.
I
think it's Wayne.
You are
it's more
absolutely.
Drake
This whole
kids.
under
I think it's Wayne.
I think it's more Drake
belly
kids.
of hip hop is Wayne,
I think it's Wayne.
kids. You
I'm
absolutely
gonna go
correct, bro.
Drake.
The trippy.
Why
dreads.
do you say that? Yeah, why you say that?
Cause
You mean as far as the sound?
whatever sound Drake steals, everybody else tried to steal it.
I also think as far as the image.
And then when
People
Drake,
started growing
when Drake was
dreads
doing
because of
this,
Wayne.
when Drake was doing
Image
this,
and
everybody
sound.
started doing that.
Image and sound.
Wayne. That whole rock star vibe at the
Wayne.
beginning of 2010s.
And still going. Wayne.
I think
There is no Lil
think that's
Uzi without a
fine.
Lil Wayne.
of course.
If that's the,
And I can
if
go
that's
down
your
the
champion, if that's your Lil Wayne
Just an
champion,
example. Just
That's,
an
that's
example.
just an example. Uzi out here making moves, getting money.
Remember who's Drake signed under?
Right.
I'm not gonna hold on. So we
Just saying.
talking.
I'm just saying.
So is Drake? Hold on. Is Drake a Lil Wayne kid?
No.
Because as far as I was
I
concerned,
think-
I thought
no.
the money.
In some
I
ways,
thought
yes.
the money was
In
what.
some
I
ways,
thought
yes.
the money was what made that partnership.
Wait a
happen.
second. Wait a second.
No, you're right. You're
Drake
right.
first 2 years on the ground running, bar Drake, he was a Wayne kid.
Yeah.
Bars were it's a structure and setup.
I think
were
Wayne
different.
also signed Drake because Drake's unique. He's
And-
not like him. in
and
ways.
also bodied Wayne on the first record they ever did together, Ransom. Anyway,
But both y'all are right.
made the
I think
nigga,
Wayne,
made the
Wayne
nigga-
and Drake.
when you make a nigga rap the whole
Most
alphabet,
Impactful.
when you make a nigga rap the whole alphabet, you have successfully defeated this nigga in life.
Yeah.
I don't think, in being honest, this decade,
What?
trying to figure out how brave.
What's the most-
No, don't say that.
What's the most disappointing album of the
Hold on,
decade?
hold on, hold on.
Don't say that
Let me-
stupid
let me
because
say
I'll
this,
refer
let me
you
say
back to
this.
Truffle Butter Easy. Wayne had the better version. Like,
This
That's very
decade,
true.
this decade,
and I can give you some more grinding.
this
I can
decade,
continue to give you more. So don't say that crazy shit. Talking about
What?
Wayne hasn't
Wayne
been the feature monster that he was in the previous decade.
No,
That was Drake.
No, you can't.
He handed the baton.
You can't be.
No, I think that was the cash
But
money.
you know who was?
That was the
2
cash money model.
Chainz.
Nope.
This ain't a big 2 Chainz fan.
Nah, I
No,
honestly,
my nigga, you gotta understand how much work he put in.
I think 2
You
Chainz
gotta
put in a
understand.
lot of work, but I honestly think there might have been a different feat. There might have been somebody who did more impactful features this year.
Who?
Nicki.
Wait, this year?
Or this decade.
Nah,
More impactful features?
nah.
If you had a budget and you had to put somebody on the record to get it to where you wanted to be on the charts, I would say that's the impact. I would say Nicki.
Drake. Drake or Future?
Drake, Future, facts.
I think Drake and Nicki did more for your album sales than Future and
Drake,
2
Future,
Chainz
Chainz.
did.
You can argue that. You can argue that.
I mean, I
There's
think
numbers
Drake is
that
the
probably would
biggest.
support that.
Drake,
You
come
can.
on.
No, you can argue that.
Come on, Drake is Drake.
Yeah.
Drake is Drake.
Drake.
I mean, I think what is what's my boy name? Fetty Wap.
He started.
No, you miss what I'm saying. He had the one record, and then he had the other record that nobody gave any care about. Then Drake remixed it. The was it Baby Would You Come My Way?
Mm-hmm.
And had everybody singing the record like they loved it when it was originally out.
Mm-hmm.
Drake jump on your record. you
That
saying
that song was popping without Drake though. I can't
Yeah,
even
no,
give
it
Drake
was.
that credit. I can't even give Drake that credit.
And I was popping.
Yeah,
He
I would
just made
say
it.
I would say Drake, just like Versace. Versace was dope.
Nah, this
But-
this definitely different because first of all, Fetty Wap, the thing that got him going was Trap Queen.
I didn't say he made Trap Queen.
So,
I didn't say
right.
he made Fetty Wap.
Right. So
He got him jumping and he got him jumping a little bit. He got him jumping even more.
Fetty was jumping. he was coming regardless.
But
He was coming regardless. Like you
What's-
couldn't stop
what's
it.
most
He had
disappointing
multiple
album?
songs on that.
the most
What decade?
disappointing album.
That was like it was hyped up, but it didn't.
Oh, I'm about to
Free
I'm
Weezy
I'm
album.
about to end this show.
Free Weezy album.
The most disappointing album that was hyped up all year, or excuse me, for a long time, for a whole point that just when I listened to it was just trash to me.
Trash?
Trash.
Using strong words.
Trash.
What?
Port of Miami too.
I wouldn't say it's trash.
I was about to say
Yeah, boy, food. It wasn't as strong as his other offerings. That's what we'll say. That's what I could say. I mean,
I think that's a good assessment. It was hyped up a lot. I thought it was gonna.
he chose the wrong name. Let's keep it 100.
That's serious.
Let's keep it
That